Intel, a name that once dominated the entire semiconductor world. For decades, Intel CPUs powered almost every laptop, every desktop, every server. If computing was a kingdom, Intel was the king. But today, 2025, the crown is slipping. Nvidia controls the AI world. AMD is gaining more ground than ever. Apple abandoned Intel entirely. And global chip manufacturing has shifted toward Taiwan and South Korea. People are asking, is Intel too late to survive the AI revolution? Or is a massive comeback still possible? Let's break it down. Intel's rise, the original chip empire. For nearly 40 years, Intel was unbeatable. Their tick-tock design process kept chips improving every single year. They supplied processors for Dell, HP, Lenovo, and almost every server running the internet. Intel chips were everywhere, in homes, businesses, data centers, and governments. But the trouble began when Intel struggled to transition to 10-nanometer manufacturing. Delays piled up. Competitors moved faster. And for the first time, Intel wasn't leading, it was following. That weakness opened a door, and Nvidia and AMD walked right through it. The AI revolution left Intel behind. When AI exploded, the world needed new hardware. Neural networks didn't run well on CPUs. They needed parallel computing. They needed GPUs, accelerators, tensor cores, and massive memory bandwidth. Nvidia saw this coming a decade earlier. AMD pivoted quickly. Intel stayed focused on CPUs, not accelerators. This created the gap we see today. Nvidia controls 80 to 85% of AI GPU, AMD is winning major cloud partnerships. Intel struggles to gain meaningful share in AI compute. In 2025, AI training, AI data centers, and AI supercomputers overwhelmingly exclude Intel. For a company that once powered the world, this is the biggest risk in its history. Intel's comeback plan, but here's the twist. Intel is not giving up. They have a comeback strategy, and it's big. 1. Gaudi 2 and Gaudi 3, AI accelerators. Intel's Gaudi chips are cheaper and extremely energy efficient. Cloud providers like AWS and Dell have started testing them. They're not beating Nvidia, but they offer a strong price-performance alternative. 2. Huge manufacturing expansion. Thanks to the U.S. CHIPS Act, Intel is building new mega factories in Arizona, Ohio, Germany. Israel. Intel wants to become the world's leading chip manufacturer, not just a chip designer. This move alone could redefine the industry. 3. AI on the edge, laptops, PCs, and consumer devices. Intel still dominates laptops. And with on-device AI growing fast, Intel wants to be the chip inside every future AI PC. They may not win data centers, but they could win consumer AI. 4. Open ecosystem, One API and Open Vino. Intel is betting on open-source tools instead of proprietary ones like NVIDIA CUDA. If developers get tired of NVIDIA's closed system, they may migrate to Intel. It's a long shot, but not impossible. The big problem: time is running out. Intel's comeback plan is bold, but risky. The company faces 3 huge challenges. 1. NVIDIA's software advantage. Even if Intel matched NVIDIA's hardware, CUDA's ecosystem is so dominant that switching is painful for developers. 2. Manufacturing delays. If Intel cannot deliver cutting-edge 2nm or 1.8nm chips on time, TSMC and Samsung will keep the lead. 3. Losing consumer mindshare. Younger generations think of Nvidia and AMD as tech brands. Intel feels old school. That perception matters. Intel must fight on all fronts at the same time: design, manufacturing, AI, cloud, and marketing. The question is, can they move fast enough? The verdict: can Intel survive? Here's the honest answer. Intel will not disappear. It's too big, too strategic, and too essential to Western governments. But the real question is whether Intel can remain a leader, or if it becomes a mid-tier player in a world dominated by Nvidia and AMD. Best case scenario: Intel successfully builds the world's top chip fabs. Gaudi chips gain adoption. Intel dominates consumer AI PCs. Intel becomes relevant again by 2027 to 2029. Worst case scenario: manufacturing delays continue. Gaudi fails to catch on. Nvidia captures nearly the whole AI market. Intel becomes a legacy company, still alive, but no longer innovative. For now, Intel stands at its most critical turning point in decades. This truly might be its last chance. The AI era is redefining the tech world, and Intel is fighting to stay in it. Will they rise again or fade into history? Let me know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dive tech breakdowns.